This has nothing to do with the Loki show, but Kevin Feige was in a comic book. They put the producer of Marvel Studios in a comic book. He's asking the X-Men, yo, what's up? That was just a cool thing that happened this Wednesday. I am Chillmonger, and I have been burdened with glorious purpose. This show covered time travel. It gave us a lot of explanation to things that I needed coming out of Endgame. That's a plus. It's a Disney Plus. Hey, it's a plus. I wanted to see why that the Avengers did all of their time shenanigans and everything's okay. And apparently that's normal. That's part of that little perfect time stream that they keep talking to you about and saying that there is a natural order of things. And it's in favor of what the Avengers did, but not in favor of Loki. Loki's cheesed. Loki might have a case here. Well, he definitely does have a case here. The show begins with the music matching the same scenes that we saw from the Avengers movies, and the first maybe 3 minutes is really, I wouldn't say filler, but a reminder of what he's been through. Remember, you and I know everything about fucking Marvel because we watched all the movies multiple times. You and I are not like the rest of the internet. My laptop fan is really loud. Talk like this whole video. They reset the timeline when Loki travels to Mongolia. Some people chase after him. They place a little device that just makes everything okay. That is so important to me. I don't know what it's called. They didn't even give it too much attention. But if that device is possible, then clipping branches on time streams is possible with that. They can make it so that Loki never visited Mongolia. He never stepped on the sand, which made less sand get blown by the wind, which got in someone's eye who got in a car accident. Well, not car accident in those times, but you know what I mean? The domino effect of even somebody walking on sand years ago kills a butterfly. Real shit. The diversity here in the TVA is the proper way, and I encourage this style of casting people like Casey and all of the others who just weren't white guys. And in media, all I see is white people on shows. It's still Owen Wilson with the second lead role. That's still a thing. But other than that casting, everyone else could be a different color. It's not like the Superman movie where Lawrence Fishburne's character, whose name I don't know, he's originally a white guy. They decided to make it a black guy for the sake of diversity. Don't do that. Don't change characters. If the character is important, don't change them. But when it's like TVA, it could be anyone. Yeah, sure, go ahead. Great diversity there. Good casting there. Properly. You know, there's a lot of horrible things that Marvel does, and they say it's for the sake of diversity, and I reject that shit. This is a good way to do it. There was something about a temporal aura that they mentioned. They got that scanned from Loki. That scene wasn't for nothing. Let's keep that in the back of our head. Apparently, years ago, there was a multiversal war. And the way that they used the word timelines, they made it sound like each timeline is its own universe. Like the two are synonyms for each other. Timelines, universes are the same thing. I interpreted it this way when the Ancient One explained that in Avengers Endgame. I even did a video on that, which I'll link to at the end because I'm an expert here on YouTube, and that's what we do. But I kind of drew lines before fucking New Rockstars, Eric Voss, come at me. That's a joke. I love New Rockstars. But before they did that, I kind of did the same thing with my limited Microsoft Paint skills, and I showed you guys timelines, and I said what I thought it meant, and I tried to explain why Captain America was back. It was a 3-minute video talking about universes and timelines and how they are the same thing. This solidified that for me. So this war that happened long ago, 3 dudes solved it, and these 3 dudes are, what are they? What was the word that the judge used? They dictate time. They're going to protect things, so if anything goes too haywire, we won't have another multiversal war. They even said madness. Multiverse of Madness is a film coming out next year, God willing. Actually, it's shooting right now. We saw Mephisto show up. Mephisto sighting was confirmed, and that was such a cool moment. It was shot, this Loki scene, I'm sure it was shot before WandaVision came out and before the theory stuff came out, and to see him there, like in the glass, what the hell's going on here? I always thought Mephisto was too dark for friendly Marvel, or for countries that don't like the devil, which is everyone except for the West. Like every other country is not down with the devil, guys. It's not a China thing. Don't make it about China. Loki snitches on the Avengers in court. And that's when they reveal, that was supposed to happen, according to our timekeepers. That irked me. That's an explanation, right? Let's not deny that. It's like in the Star Wars film when they said, that's a 1 in a million chance, when Holdo did the lightspeed thing. I thought it was stupid Holdo did the lightspeed thing, because if she can do the lightspeed thing, then why hasn't anyone ever done it in any other Star Wars movie? You can't weaponize lightspeed, but she did it. Well, they explain in the next movie, it's 1 in a million. I still want to know how it's 1 in a million, but they explained it. So, same logic here. I still want to know how the Avengers time traveling stuff is acceptable, but the show explained it. So, not just the show, the universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe explained why that's okay. Okay, cool. There was a little line here about Loki where he goes, I am smart, when he was talking to Mobius. That reminded me of Donald Trump when he was talking to Joe Biden, saying, don't ever call yourself smart, because he's a fucking kid. Fuck Donald Trump. To everyone who supports him right now and, was like, oh, I'm going to watch a video about Loki and not be, fuck him. Horrible president. Laughed at the North Korean guy's joke before the punchline and everything. Can't even dance to YMCA properly. Insurrection. Coulson was called a dead man during this show. In the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show, Phil Coulson returns. A lot of people tried to explain how it's canon, how it's not. When they referred to Phil Coulson as someone who died, and the Avengers avenged him, he's the reason why. Why didn't they say he's alive? It's because the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show is not canon. I'd love to be wrong. It would be cool to have an extension of the Marvel Universe, and for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s ongoings to be part of Marvel. That would be awesome. I still wouldn't watch the show because according to a couple of people who watch the show, they explain why it's not, why they go off. I'll never watch that show. But Phil Coulson, dead, according to the way that they talked. Loki is in that room. They're showing his history, and he says, "What? That hasn't happened yet." This man watched the whole Dark World, and he didn't like it either. His mom died, and he figured out why his mom died. It was his fault. He got his character arc that we saw in the films. So this begs the question, is this Loki? Yes. This is the Loki that we saw Thanos kill. If he experienced all his experiences, and he watched his whole life, remember, he did have the ability to freeze time, rewind time, so he did get a chance to watch his whole life play by. This man got synergized with the Loki we know. So when I do see this version of Loki, I don't see alternate universe, not anymore. While he is an alternate universe, this is Loki enough. And remember just how old Loki is. About 1,500 years old, if that's how old Thor is. So the last 9 years, it's probably year 23. So from 2012 to 23, the last 11 years of his life out of 1,500, it's the same guy, everyone. It's the same guy. Whatever we go. There was a joke about fishes, and the guy goes, "Geez," and I'm like, how do you know what fishes are? But Jesus is something you don't know. You do know. It's so weird what's allowed and what's not. I don't like that this is space, and this is a different realm, but we got things that are similar to Earth, like courtrooms. It's not until they open kind of the windows and you look out the glass and he goes, what the hell is going on here? And you saw flying cars, and okay, now we're being imaginative. Give me some of that. It's like how Asgard was just so weird, so different, and Wakanda also was just so different. Yeah, so he's Loki enough. He says himself, I can't go back to my timeline. He confesses that he is a villain, and he opens up why he puts other people down. It's not like because I like it, it's just my role type thing. And we get a lot of character development, character actualization. That emotional stuff that wins Oscars, we got here in this show. And I'm for it. I'm happy for that show. I will give this one a 7 out of 10. It was exposition deep, but also exposition that I needed and I wanted. So I'm not mad at this show. This is good stuff for an episode. It serves the universe. as a whole, films that are upcoming, it serves Marvel. This was a good outing here. So here's the video I was talking to you guys about. It's on the side of my face. Check it out. Fuck Donald Trump one more time, just in case you forgot. Just in case you thought it was safe. You know, you weren't triggered, and you're like, this Chillmonger, man. I can't keep watching him if he's gonna do this to my president. Like, hey, 81 million to 74. Allegedly. I'm sure both teams cheated.